Here in Washington, D.C., the Supreme Court is going to begin its new term on Monday. The justices will consider a number of high-profile cases, including this time there are cases dealing with transgender care bans in the states and so-called ghost guns that can't be detected by metal detectors. The court could also end up hearing crucial cases related to the 2024 election. So let's go to our senior Washington reporter, Devin Dwyer, who joins us now. Devin, you're on the court beat all the time. So walk us through some of these big cases.
Yeah, they're back, Terry, for a full docket of some major cases aside from any potential election challenges. The first is a case out of the state of Texas involving pornography. Can states require age verification in order to access pornography online? Specifically, can they force you to have to upload a copy of your ID? That's a big case. In another, the FDA is being challenged for blocking the sale of flavored e-cigarettes or vapes. Those are very popular now, but only a limited number have been approved. Are they standing in the way? And in another case, should self-assembled gun kits, which are widely available online, should they be treated like everyday firearms, subject to a background check and age requirements? Huge case with a lot of stakes. The biggest, of course, as you mentioned, is that case out of Tennessee. Can states ban gender-affirming care for minors? That case will be argued in December and decided early next year.
All right, so that's the lay of the land. Or some analysts are saying the justices are deliberately taking, a lighter load in anticipation of having to take on cases related to the election. What do you think of that? Do you think that's happening?
Well, I did until today, Terry. In fact, some news just this morning from the Supreme Court. They added 13 more cases to their docket for the coming year. So they've got a pretty robust menu of items in front of them, including another big death penalty case. A man is seeking to get DNA testing before the state execute him. Another, the first ever time the justices will consider whether gun makers Smith & Wesson can be held liable for weapons flowing into Mexico. The Mexican government is actually going to appear before the Supreme Court to try to sue this U.S. company for gun trafficking liability. So a lot of interesting cases, impactful cases. But I do think there's a good reason, having talked to a number of justices just in the past few weeks, myself, Terry, they are seriously braced and really hopeful that they won't have to decide some impactful issues in the 2024 election. But we saw it 4 years ago, late challenges to how ballots are cast, how they're counted, who has access to the polling place, and of course, again, remembering January 6, 2021, will the Supreme Court get asked to arbitrate a dispute over certification of results? All of those things loom on the horizon in this court. Many members of it saying they're ready for it, Terry.
Yeah, it's hard to see how they avoid it given the way this is shaking out, it looks like. Devin Dwyer, good to see you. Thanks.
Thanks, Terry.